when running for presidential elections, or seeing presidential elections in general, you always feel like you have always feel that sort of, this is going to be a little important, or at least more important than it was yesterday. As John Kasich would say, it's like a pizza shop, where if you want to order extra pepperoni, or in this case an extra candidate, you have to open up another pizza shop, or in this case just create your new party. I don't know, which is of course why he defunded Planned Parenthood. But hey, what do I know about choice? But anyway, the point is, I found this. This is some magazine I found somewhere. Basically, this is going to compare Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. And what's up with their faces in this cover? Look at Hillary's mouth. There are so many jokes I can make out of that. And Trump looks like he's asleep. I don't actually know how this looks because I have my eyes closed. Does this look awkward and cringy? If so, tell me. But anyway, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump have very different visions for the U.S. What could this election mean for the nation's future? And for you? Nothing, because I'm going to be gone before this nation's future because, well, everybody's leaving the U.S. It's a new hot thing to do. America's face-off. Oh yeah, those are two faces, alright. Actually, would it count as four since they're both two-faced? Oh, that was a good joke. You gotta give me that. That was an epic burn. But anyway, so the magazine talks about watering holes and emojis and, and kids in China who are in poverty, but who really cares about that? Well, we care about this. America's face-off, and oh god, what's up with Trump's eyes? It looks like he's planning something like, I'm gonna kill her. I'm not saying Trump will kill Hillary. And if you couldn't figure it out yourself, then you're probably a moron. And Hillary's just looking off to the side. America's face-off. The candidates for president okay, yeah, you already saw this. Now this has a graph entitled Where They Stand. Now, since you can't read this from back here, you might be able to read it from up here. No, it looks like you can probably barely read. Plus, I'm not even showing you the full thing. I'm gonna read it to you. Ahem. Where they stand. And then we're gonna, compare and contrast the issues and just make fun of them. Hillary Clinton, Party Democrats, age 68. So close. Hometown, New York. And born in Chicago, Illinois. Donald Trump, Party Republican, age 70. Oh, God, you just can't let me make the joke? Really? Really, politics? You won't let me make an obvious joke. Hometown, New York, New York. Born in New York, New York. Why does New York need two New Yorks, What happened to Old York? Anyway, economy. Hillary Clinton favors raising the federal minimum wage to $12 an hour. Because as we all know, prices going up does not exist. Like at all. Firing does not exist, inflation does not, none of that exists. That's all a figment of the alt-right imagination. And I think it's also a plot by the NRA. Because guns actually have drugs in them. Bet you didn't know that. She believes the wealthiest Americans should pay higher taxes. I agree with that idea, but the problem is, she doesn't explain how she's going to get them to, for one. And two, they're just going to leave. You know they can't do that. Actually, funny story, where all the wealthy people previously hoarded money in offshore bank accounts. I think it's like the Guantanamo Islands or something like that. Now, the rich people in Guantanamo Islands are now hoarding their money here. Yay! And wants the government to fund infrastructure projects such as roads to provide jobs. At least she's finally explained to us what she's going to invest in. I thought she was going to invest in Drunken Peasants episodes for a while. Hillary Clinton on Drunken Peasants. Make it happen. Donald Trump. Economy. Trump will regain it. I have no clue how to pronounce that. Foreign trade deals to make them more favorable to the U.S. How? Is he just gonna wave his magic wand and be like, I cast the foreign trade deals are more favorable to the U.S. spell. Boop! Now they're more favorable. Yay! Are you gonna actually explain that, Donald? On a side note, Donald is a really stupid name. The only good Donald out there is Donald Duck. That's a fact. Prove me wrong. He proposes a 45% import tax on goods from China. Okay, I agree with that. And wants to cut tax rates for corporations. Okay, I understand this. Donald Trump is a businessman. A horrible businessman considering how he's made casinos go bankrupt, but still a businessman nonetheless. So naturally, he would understand business, except for the fact that he's not a good businessman, but still. Immigration. Clinton supports a path to citizenship for undocumented immigrants. She has pledged to use her power as president to protect young people brought here illegally as children. Wait, I'm sorry, what? What? I like how we need to focus on that one keyword. And here, I'll even make sure you can, young people brought here illegally as... I think that was the wrong word. Let me try that again. Illegally! Okay, that time I think I got it right. It was illegal. You don't support criminals. Why would you support criminals? I can understand making it easier for, U.S. citizens to come in, for immigrants to come in. But just saying, this is illegal now, even though you came in here illegally, is a horrible idea. There is not one way it's not a horrible idea. Give me a way it isn't a horrible idea. I'll wait. You can't! Okay. Trump promotes to build a wall around the U.S.-Mexico border and make Mexico foot the bill. I've already explained in my video how will Donald Trump pay for his plan. That this won't work at all. There is no way he can pay for this plan at all. He can't make Mexico pay for it because we don't own them. What, is he just going to go over to Mexico and be like, hey, Mexico, can you please give us some money so we can pay for a wall to segregate you? Of course he is. He's Donald Trump. He has also proposed a temporary ban on Muslims entering the U.S. from certain countries. Because, it worked so well when England did it. I mean, didn't it? Didn't it? I mean, am I wrong? Environment. Clinton believes climate change is an urgent threat. It really isn't. It's a threat, but not an urgent one. She supports the recent deal made in Paris among 174 national promisings to reduce greenhouse gases. Okay, I support that. Trump calls climate change not one of our big problems. Yeah. And he would cancel, that's in quotes, seriously, I'll even show you just so you know I'm not lying. Let's see, can you see? Yeah, canceled is in quotes. Why is cancel in quotes? Also, he's a little shade for you. It's not even that hot of a day, I just wanted to do that. The Paris climate deal and supports constructing a new oil pipeline to Canada. I don't know what that has to do with the environment, but okay. I ISIS. Oh boy, oh boy. Clinton wants to step up the campaign of airstrikes against the terrorist group ISIS. Because, yeah, that's working so well. I mean, granted, we're killing 90% innocent people from airstrikes right now. But, look at those little babies and those little kids playing soccer. They just scream terrorist, You know what they say down in Texas? First you're Muslim playing soccer, then you're a Muslim kicking a grenade. Shut up, old man Texas guy. Well, what did I ever do? You're stupid. Wow, good point, but... I mean, look, I understand that I'm part of the alt-right. It's not even that alt. What are you talking about? What? Hey, you don't talk to me like that, Sonny. Why not? Because I'm going to get my gun and kill you. Alright. When I get my crap, I'm dead. Finally, that guy's dead. Nice try, but I'll always be alive in your heart. I don't like you. You won't be in my heart. Well, I'll still always be alive. Okay, where were we? Oh yeah, this is actually a point I was also thinking about. We have not given any of them trials. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't see any judges going around like, guilty, 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 guilty. Now let's airstrike this. Meaning that by our own standards, 100% of them are innocent. But hey, who really cares? Just look at that little baby, look into his eyes, see a terrorist. And I totally know what a terrorist is. Trump has promised to defeat ISIS by bombing the oil fields. Because, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's put matches into the oil. That will cause a gigantic explosion that will destroy the frickin' earth. But hey, at least there won't be any ISIS. There also won't be any people for ISIS to kill because everyone will be dead. He says he would set up the 30,000 more U.S. ground forces to fight them. I actually like the idea of more ground forces because then they're probably going to be killing less innocent people. However, the idea that could lead to destroying the friggin' earth, that's kind of the big casualty. It's like, what about that giant elephant in the room that's squashing me and is going to destroy the entire earth if you don't deal with it? Why, I'll figure out a way to deal with that. I'm Donald Trump. Okay. So this is the U.S. roles in the world. Clinton says the U.S. must continue to work with NATO and other U.S. allies to check aggression by China and Russia. Because, Russia leaked that classified information that everyone is more focused is leaked than what the classified information actually says. But, shh. She supports the deal with Iran to curb its nuclear programs. Because, now nothing bad has ever happened when we put money into Iran. When we put money into people, besides, ISIS and Al-Qaeda. But no, I'm actually using logic here. That's my flaw. Trump has questioned the amount of U.S. spending on NATO. He says other countries must bear more of the costs than their own defenses. Trump would tear up the nuclear deal with Iran. I actually agree with that. Now, keep in mind, I am not familiar enough with NATO. It's NATO, so I don't even know that's how it's pronounced. NATO, maybe? To really have an opinion on this. But Trump's deal just sounds better on a sense of, we're not funding terrorists. And guns. Clinton supports the ban on assault rifles because we need to feel safe. We can't have rights. It should just be the police going around with guns. Granted, they've shot innocent people before. Why am I doing my redneck voice for that? Oh, yeah, you see, we should only be the police with guns because, police have never shot anyone innocent before except the ones that they have. Those don't exist, you see? Expanding background checks and letting victims of gun violence sue gun makers. So that's right, kids. If A gun manufacturer sells a gun to someone and they get shot. It's the gun maker's fault. I guess then, if I were to take this pencil and stab someone to death with it, it's the pencil maker's fault. Because he shouldn't have put such a sharp point on his pencil that I could stab someone to death with. I don't even know. Trump opposes a ban on assault rifles and thinks to carry a concealed weapon should apply in all 50 states. I agree with that. So overall, who wins? Who's the better candidate here? Well, the winner is neither. I agree with some of Trump's and some of Hillary's positions. However, both people are what I'd call awful. Let's say Gary Johnson or Jill Stein wins on the off chance. Worst case scenario, we have a bad president. We've had bad presidents before. We can get through it. No president has been as bad as these. Donald Trump is a horrible businessman. He's made casinos go bankrupt. He has praised Saddam Hussein. He is openly supported by Kim Jong-un. He has shown bigoted beliefs. He has shown evil beliefs. It is a fact that he has no real opinions on anything. He's a flip-flopping, possibly schizophrenic man that I do not trust in office. Hillary Clinton is around as bad, maybe not just as bad, but still evil. Hillary Clinton is someone who in the early 60s volunteered for a senator who voted against the Civil Rights Act. Someone who cheated to get the nomination. Someone who supported the war in Iraq in 2003. Someone who is obviously friends with Wall Street. Someone who has who is probably going to die in office within the first year. Someone who has flip-flopped and contradicted herself so many times. Someone who only says what you want to hear and will not do what you want to do. She will say anything and do nothing. That's really what it comes down to. I'm Ephrom Joe, and I'm signing out. Good night. This is kind of awkward.